Hey everyone, so I was at Target yesterday, walking down the baby aisle with my sister. She just had her first little one, and we literally stood there for like 15 minutes, just staring at this wall of baby wipes. Like, when did this become such a huge thing? I mean, we're talking about what's essentially a wet paper towel, right? But here's the crazy part. This simple product is worth over $5 billion globally. Billion, with a B. So naturally, I went down the rabbit hole. And girl, let me tell you, the story behind baby wipes is way more fascinating than you'd think. Today, we're talking about baby wipes, how they went from a random invention in a New York loft to becoming something that literally every parent, and let's be honest, most adults can't live without. By the end of this video, you're going to look at that little package of wipes completely differently. Trust me on this one. Okay, so picture this. It's 1957, and there's this guy named Arthur Julius working in cosmetics in Manhattan. He's in his loft apartment, very Sex and the City vibes, and he's tinkering with a soap portioning machine. But here's what's wild. He wasn't even thinking about babies. When he invented what would become baby wipes, Arthur was actually trying to solve a travel problem. You know how we're always looking for ways to freshen up on the go? Well, people in the 50s had the same issue, especially with more people traveling. So he created these napkin-sized paper cloths, saturated with scented skin cleanser, and called them wet naps. Yes, like the ones you still get at KFC. He trademarked the name in 1958. But here's where it gets really interesting. It took almost 25 years for baby wipes, as we know them, to actually hit the market. The technology for disposable non-woven wipes wasn't mass-produced until the late 1970s, and baby wipes didn't become available until 1983. That's a 26-year journey from invention to baby aisles. Can you imagine being Arthur and waiting almost 3 decades to see your invention become a parenting essential? The patience of that generation, I swear. Now let's talk numbers because they are absolutely mind-blowing. The global baby wipes market was valued at around $5 billion in 2024, and it's projected to grow to anywhere between 6.4 to 9.6 billion by the early 2030s. That's basically a 20-30% growth rate, which in business terms is insane. But here's what really got me. North America dominates this market with about 36% of global sales. We Americans are apparently obsessed with our wipes. And honestly, looking at my own household, I can see why. I have baby wipes in my car, my purse, my kitchen, my bathroom. Okay, maybe I have a problem. The market is growing at about 4 to 5% every year, which means it's doubling roughly every 14 to 17 years. So by the time our kids are having kids, we could be looking at a $10–15 billion industry for wipes. What's driving this growth? Well, it turns out it's not just babies anymore. Adults are using these things for everything. Makeup removal, cleaning, quick, freshening up, even cleaning surfaces. The pandemic definitely didn't hurt sales either, with everyone becoming hyper-aware of cleanliness. So who exactly is buying all these wipes? The demographic breakdown is actually pretty interesting. Obviously, parents with babies under 2 are the primary market. We're talking about families changing 6 weight diapers a day, so the math checks out there. But here's where it gets surprising. The fastest growing segment is actually adults without babies. Women aged 25 to 45 are increasingly using baby wipes for skincare routines, gym sessions, and travel. Men are catching on too, especially for quick cleanups after workouts or outdoor activities. Geographically, it's not just wealthy countries driving growth. Emerging markets in Asia and Latin America are seeing huge increases as disposable income rises, and Western parenting practices become more common. China and India are projected to be major growth drivers over the next decade. And can we talk about the convenience factor for a second? Like, I remember my mom telling me stories about cloth diapers and actually washing everything by hand. The idea of having a clean, pre-moistened wipe ready to go was revolutionary for busy parents. It's the same reason we love those pre-cut vegetables at the grocery store. Sometimes convenience is worth paying for. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty of what's actually in these wipes, because this part is actually really important for the videos we're going to do next about safety and choosing healthy options. A typical baby wipe consists of several layers. The base is usually a non-woven fabric, made from materials like cotton, polyester, or viscose. Think of it like a very soft, absorbent paper towel that won't fall apart when wet. The liquid solution is where things get interesting. Most contain water, obviously, but then there's usually a mild cleanser, which is basically a gentle soap. Then you've got preservatives to prevent bacteria growth, which makes sense since these things sit around in packages for months. Many also contain moisturizers like aloe vera or vitamin E to prevent skin irritation, and some have fragrances, though the trend is definitely moving toward fragrance-free options. pH balancers are also common to make sure the wipe isn't too acidic or alkaline for sensitive skin. Now here's something that might surprise you. The texture of the wipe itself is carefully engineered. Different brands use different weaving patterns and materials to achieve the right balance of strength, absorbency, and gentleness. Some have raised dots for better cleaning power. Others are completely smooth for sensitive skin. What's really fascinating to me is how baby wipes became this cultural phenomenon that goes way beyond just baby care. Like, when did we all collectively decide that having a package of wipes in our car was essential? When did they become acceptable for adults to use openly? I think it speaks to something bigger about our society's relationship with convenience and cleanliness. We've become accustomed to having solutions that are immediate, portable, and disposable. Baby wipes fit perfectly into our on-the-go lifestyle, and the marketing has been brilliant. Companies started positioning them not just as baby products, but as lifestyle products for busy people. Remember those commercials showing moms using wipes to clean everything? From high chair spills to muddy shoes? They basically expanded the use case beyond diaper changes. Social media definitely played a role too. Parents sharing tips and hacks online. Beauty influencers talking about using baby wipes for makeup removal. It all contributed to this cultural shift, where baby wipes became acceptable, even trendy, for adult use. So where do baby wipes go from here? The industry is definitely responding to growing concerns about environmental impact and ingredient safety, which is perfect timing for our next videos in this series. We're seeing more biodegradable options, organic ingredients, and plastic-free packaging. Some companies are even developing water-only wipes or concentrated tablets that you add water to at home. The convenience factor isn't going anywhere, though. If anything, our lives are getting busier, and products that save time and effort are becoming more valuable, not less. So there you have it, the surprisingly complex story of baby wipes. From Arthur, Julius's Manhattan Loft in 1957 to a multi-billion-dollar industry that's reshaping how we think about cleanliness and convenience. Next week, we're diving deep into the safety question that I know so many of you have been asking about in the comments. Are baby wipes actually safe for regular use? We'll be looking at medical studies, talking to dermatologists, and breaking down exactly how these products interact with our skin and bodies. The week after that, we're getting super practical, with a complete guide to choosing healthy baby wipes, plus some amazing alternatives and routines that might surprise you. What did you think about this deep dive? Drop a comment and let me know. Do you use baby wipes for things other than babies? What's the weirdest thing you've ever cleaned with a baby wipe? I read every single comment, so don't be shy. If you enjoyed this random journey into the world of everyday products, hit that subscribe button, because we've got so many more stories like this coming up. And ring that notification bell, because trust me, you don't want to miss the safety discussion next week. Thanks for hanging out with me today, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.